Hello, Xigua Video! Xigua translates to watermelon, and this is ByteDance's answer to YouTube in the China market. This is Mr. Tick's channel, and you can access it through bit.ly/SWT China. Come on over and check it out. Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. By now, you know this is the ONEPLUS watch. Now, I'm a big fan of ONEPLUS phones. I've had the ONEPLUS 6T, the ONEPLUS 7T. That's what I'm using right now. And no need to upgrade. It does everything I like. But when they came out with a ONEPLUS watch, wow. Well, that said a lot to me that it definitely is something we wanted to take a look at. So we are going to do that today, and I'm glad you're here joining us. It's a big box, and the watch is just sprawled out in there, laid out beautifully in a contoured, concave presentation. One thing for sure, when you unbox 1T, you want to take your time because it's a real enjoyable product. Where can you get it? From Banggood, of course. Banggood has delivered to us the original ONEPLUS watch. It's got just about every checkbox checked that I'm interested in. It's a bit on the pricey side. It's in flash sale right now. But when you see what it does and what it has in it, yeah, that's a balance. It's really a balance. For one thing, you've got a 1.39-inch AMOLED screen display. Beautiful. You've got 4 gigabytes of onboard storage to load up your music and stuff in there, and Bluetooth 5 for you. We'll show you in the specs. You can tether it to TWS earbuds, all of that, and it's fully waterproof, IP68 and 5 ATM, so you can definitely go swimming with it. Here you go. Now, one important thing, it's not supporting iOS, so there's no tethering app for Apple users. You're going to want to stick with Android. Of course, they make the ONEPLUS Android phones, so that kind of makes sense. Full touch screens using HeyTap, a different kind of app. We haven't played with that before. You've got support for 110 different sporting modes. I can't even count that many. That's going to be interesting. You got blood oxygen support on this one, and this is fun, the quick fitness test, too. That's a new feature. And when it comes to watch faces, I saw that you've got the artificial intelligence trick in it that you can use your clothing or your outfit, and it'll choose the watch face that's best color coordinated for you. Wow, they're getting sophisticated. Yep, multiple watch face support on this one. It even does Alipay if you're over in China. Got flashlight in it. By the way, some of these are coming with the Chinese ROM in them. You have to flash the global version. Don't know what we have right now. We'll have to dig into it and see. But if you get one with the Chinese version only, just check in the Banggood descriptor page that's along with this, down where the customers are reporting. There's links over there for downloading the firmware to update it to the international version. But we'll find out here in a moment as we dive into it. Let's see what else is in the box. When we pull it out, we find that we've got a really nice sealed protection around it. Super soft bands, and they're definitely removable. Underneath the specially contoured lid here. Oh, look at that. We've got a lever to pull. Here we go. Okay. And then accessories are in here. Lift that up. Wow. There's our manual. Aren't these guys fun? Yeah, never settle. That's their logo. Look at those. And then finally down in here is the super duper charging dock. And by the way, it uses that what do they call it? Everybody's got a different name, but this warp, I think warp charging. So it'll like charge 7 days worth of power in 20 minutes or something, as if you don't have the time. But yeah, you can charge it while you shower once a week. Pretty darn cool. Now, as for these odd-shaped manuals. We have a safety and warranty manual, and we've got the actual let's get started. So let's get started. First thing, we've got all the languages right here in this first one, which is basic. The power button, press and hold to turn it on, and how you put the strap on. Then we go into Chinese, and then finally to English right here. This gives us a little bit more description of the watch. The information on charging, and this thing has that warp charging capability in it, which is pretty darn cool, and the buttons that are used over here, and then how you slide across the front of the screen as well. Then on the back side, English is continued over here. About phone connection. It's an interesting Bluetooth connection for both calling and then, of course, for the app. So you're actually going to be Bluetooth connected two different ways. And there's the specs and whatnot with the memory and the waterproofing and everything. And then we're into other languages here. So, yeah, now let's try it out. Here we go. Boy, we got a lot to show you on this one. Press the bottom button, get the OnePlus logo, and it boots up. But it didn't initially. I got to tell you guys, you've got to be very careful when you order this one. There's the original version, and then there's the global original version. Get the global version if you are not in China. This was the original China version, and I'm going to tell you a story about that one. First of all, here's one of the watch faces. This is a really cool and fun one with a lot of dynamic capability that you can just touch the screen and change the background. Really sweet. You've got automatic brightness on here. There's the lowest, middle, and super bright, which is really easy to read outside, or automatic, do not disturb, find your phone, alarms. There's a flashlight mode. You can see how great an AMOLED screen is. It's just super clean, super bright. We can bail out of that. And then your overall settings, which are where you get all kinds of capabilities that this thing can do. This is very, very deep. There's a lot. First of all, you have Bluetooth headset pairing from the watch to earbuds. That's because you have up to 4 gigabytes of storage space in here that you can put music and whatnot. And you need to have the earbuds tethered to play it. When you go to the music player and attempt to play any of the music, it says connect to your earbuds. Display and brightness. This has an always-on display mode. Going to show you that. Of course, twist your wrist to see the time. Auto brightness, the thing we just saw. And your overall screen time up to 8 seconds and as low as 3. Yeah, 3. Of course, I try to run it as much as possible so it doesn't time out on us. Let's turn always on display. It's going to use up more battery, but it's got great battery life as it is. You'll see that when we get back to the watch face. Sound and vibration, ringtone, mute mode, all those are available. You can have vibration alerts and a smart wake-up alarm, which is cool. If you wear it to bed and sleep with it, it's going to wake you at the optimal time in your sleep cycle. There we go. That's the ambient, always-on time display. Okay, so we were looking at that. Then there's motion beeper. I turn on and off that aspect of it, and of course a Bluetooth disconnect reminder if you really want to stay tethered to your phone. That's all in the sound section. Do not disturb at bedtime, and then you have this function key option, and that's this key here, I believe. When you click it, it's going to currently go into a workout, but you can set it to do all kinds of different things. Look at your workout record, heart rate, blood oxygen, a stress, which is really a fun one. We'll play with that. The breathing exercise, phone, music. Yeah, if you're going to do the music a lot with this. Weather, whatever you like, that push on the button, it will do it here, including such things as barometer or compass. Yeah. TV Connect. I don't even know what that is, guys. I've tried to figure it out. I don't know. But it's in here. Remote camera settings, find your phone, whatever you like. We're going to leave it here on this workout thing for right now. You can set a password on this watch. You can wear it on your left or right arm. You can change the languages. And let's look at them now. You saw originally it asked for what language I could choose from, English or about 3 or 4 different Chinese versions. Notice Chinese is gone. Not only that, NFC is gone. It's in the modules in here, but it only works in China, so it's gone. There's a few other things, Alipay or whatever, are gone when the firmware is shifted over to the global version, which is the story I'm going to tell you. Here we are in English, language, system, and about. Shows you the device name and model and whatnot. Now, about that firmware, as we start to move further in here, this came with the China firmware on it. It would not pair to the recommended app. It wouldn't pair to the OnePlus Health app. It just wouldn't do it. And it turns out the way around that, you've got to go to a specific OnePlus website link, and I will have a link in the show notes for you for that. If you get the China version, you can download an installer and firmware and flash this one time, one way, to the global firmware. From then on, it will successfully tether to the OnePlus Health app, and you'll see that in a moment. So just be careful. At the end, I'm going to show you the 2 buying pages from Banggood that you could order this from. If it's out of stock in the global version, which it commonly is, you can always pick it up in the China version and flash firmware to it. It's a little tricky, but not difficult. It's done over Bluetooth, all in your phone. You just have to get the firmware and the APK or the app into your phone to be able to do it. All right. Nothing goes when you go this way, but when you go this way, you get your cumulative heart rate against the chart and the current heart rate that your body is producing. You have to have it touching your body in order to get that. You have last night's sleep information, but it doesn't really break it down for you. You have to go into the app for that. Then you get the music player, and check it out. This is the one song they give you, but it says you got to connect your Bluetooth headset in order to listen to it. So the little speaker that it's got in here is not meant for this to be used as a music player. They're not going to send all the power to drive the speaker, apparently. They really want you to do it through headphones. You got volume control here that you can adjust, and you've got controlling mobile music or playing watch music. And here's where you set up and connect the Bluetooth headset to the device. It's really a nice implementation, as long as you're really planning on using earbuds with it and not counting on the watch to be a tiny little tinny sounding music player on your arm. They just got away from that. They figured, you want good music, you're spending this kind of money for this watch, you're going to want to listen to quality music through the earbuds. Swipe up, you get notifications as sent from your phone, and that's everything you get to from swiping around. Now, if you tap on the top button, you get into your app drawer. You tap on the bottom button, you get into whatever you programmed it for. And this is the workout section. So let's look at this. Outdoor running, indoor running. You can do a marathon, outdoor and indoor cycling. Now, it does have GPS and BeiDou and GLONASS and, I don't know, the kitchen sink in there to find where you are. All of those are in here. So you have outdoor activities will invoke that GPS. Indoor won't, obviously. You got outdoor walking. You have swimming. And awesome stuff, really. Elliptical trainer, rowing machine, badminton. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of odd things. Off-trail hiking. I don't see an on-trail hiking. That's interesting. Yoga, freestyle training. But let's go deeper. It said, what, 110 some odd different activities? Let's take yoga, just yoga alone. I'm going to hit add. Now, we have categories. Here you go. You can add an indoor power walk. You can add any of these things in the fitness category. Back exercises, mountain climbing, core exercise, ladies, men, kids. I got to be careful, don't I? Dogs, cats. Fencing, bodybuilding, neck exercises. I enjoyed necking as a teenager. Actually, that was a good exercise. Strength training, reflex training. How do you count calories on... Anyway, balance training, boxing, judo. Wow, stretching. Okay, I'm just going to go through. Look at Tai Chi, gymnastics. Yep, outdoor sports. I want to do bungee jumping wearing this watch. I do. skateboarding, roller skating, rock climbing. How do they figure out the dynamics in a 3D gyroscope for playing cricket versus baseball? Amazing how these things work. These are all your different games. I've never seen this many sports. Are you doing okay, I know Ashtanga, I can pronounce that one. Inyar, yeah. Flight yoga, Hatha yoga, aerial yoga. Let's do aerial yoga, bungee jumping, and track them both. Anyway, yeah, you get the picture. And there's more. I won't show you all of them. I'll let you enjoy them to find them yourself. So that we got to by pressing here. And you just activate whatever one you want. An indoor running one shows over here. But if you do an outdoor running one, it's going to try to connect you to GPS. And you want you to update that, because we're indoors right now, and get it connected. And once it's connected, then you can go ahead and do the activity. You can set some goals. You can do all kinds of things with this. Great workout capabilities on this watch. Long press, of course, is going to get you to shut down or reboot. But we don't want to do that because we want to take you through everything here. You ready? Take a good deep breath. Activities. This is kind of a chart of all of the things that you are doing. I don't quite know how it works, but it's graphic in nature. There's workouts. We just looked at them all. That was that button. Workout record. Here's I did an outdoor walk, and it lasted this long, and here's my pace and a breakdown of my heart rate and stuff. So that's representative of what you see on the watch in these activities. There's heart rate. There's blood oxygen. You go in here, it gives you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Look at that, red diode. I don't know if it'll do it right here, but, well, see, it didn't see me, and so it had to wait until it's got me. It's going to take a while. It's a circle. It'll give you a number, 95 or higher probably. That's blood oxygen. Last night's sleep, again. Oh, no, now I get this stuff. Okay, it's just in the card you don't get it, but look, I got deep, light, awake time, all broken down. I've got the time from 10 o'clock at night, roughly, 10:04, it said I went to bed. There's midnight. Oh, I never seen this before. This is my discovery right now, too, as I didn't know we could see this. Cool. Yes, folks, I was up, sadly, from about 3, 4 a.m. until about 6 when I went back for a cat nap and then got up at 7 something. So it's got my awake time in the late middle of the night. Doesn't happen often, but I'm glad it did this time so you can see the sleepitis interruptus going on right there. That's sleeping. Stress. When you come in here and you're all wired up like Mr. Tix is right now, it's going to measure stress using a green diode. Going to start over. I'm going to let this one go because I'm really curious when I'm reviewing watch, and I'm all excited to be with you guys. If my stress is low and relaxed like I normally am when I go to the grocery store and people don't know that Mr. Tix is checking out right in front of him. Okay. Normal? You call that normal? Alrighty then. I can't wait to be wired. It can remeasure it, and you got breathing. There's your 1 minute thing. It's going to make you inhale and exhale. You've done that before, and I can't bail out of it. There we go. There, that's where we were. So a lot of different activities. Phone, for doing your phone calling with a watch. Music player we've done. The weather in your area. Alarm clock stopwatch. Quick count stopwatch. There you go. And we leave it, and we come back in it, and it's still running. It better for a $180 some odd watch. Yeah, so it'll still run when you leave the stopwatch. Not all watches do that. You got countdown timers on here as well, the flashlight. Here we go now, some fun outdoorsy stuff. There's the barometric pressure, the barometer showing you up and down in HPAs. While I'm in barometer, I think I can do this. Yep, and I can show you altimeter. And it's 50 meters different than where I was before, apparently. It's kind of a soft blue color. I wish it was a little bit brighter. And that's all we've got on that one. And then you have, this is that TV thing. I don't know what TV Connect is. Here's compass, and it's fast, and it's pretty darn accurate. You have to twirl it sometimes. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's better. I'm sitting in the north, more or less. Yeah, see, it wants me to calibrate, but you get an idea what it looks like. Remote camera settings and find your phone. And that's the basic apps that are with this one. So, gonna play with watch faces. A lot of times I know you guys, you're reaching for the button to skip past them, but bear with me this time because there's a couple of them I think you're gonna want to see. This is the main one that you saw. I can touch it and I can change the background to it. There are a few installed, and then there are others that you can download from the app, like this one. I like that one, Atomic. It's a cute little thing. Whenever you go back to it, it does this little orbit thing. And it's also soft at night when you're asleep, and it's similar to, when it times out, the ambient digital, you see. It does not support an analog ambient always on screen, and you can't change this. That's the one. It's the only, and it's for all of them. You can... Oh, come on. You can mess around a little bit with these different ones. There's gradient, and you can kind of change the colors and stuff. Here's a big digital. Here's another big digital kind. This would come back to called practical. Here's texture. They're just names of these watches. Reticent. Activities. These, of course, are going to change based on how active you are, and if you know your categories, what those little arcs mean. Workout, same kind of thing in a different type of a pattern. Symmetry, digital, and then this one, AI Stylist. Gonna play with that one after I show you this one here, practical, where you can change any of these four. I made that power level and that heart rate. If I touch it, I'm going to go in and I'm going to measure my heart rate again. If I touch this one, I go into the stress thing. I set these up on my own, and here's blood oxygen. But you can have fitness workouts, you could have flashlights, you can do anything you want to on changing those four. You can't do anything else, though, because that's what the watch face will look like. And now, if you're ready, I'm going to come over here to the Artificial Intelligence Automatic Watch Face Selection Stylist. This is the face it's on right now because I was messing around with Mrs. Tix yesterday on the watch to show her how she could pick the face for her outfit. Now, to demo this, I gotta go raid the closet. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some of her clothes. Oh, I forgot. I got to do this from within the app because you need a camera to do it, and then it'll show up on the watch when you take it over there. So I'll show you the whole app in a minute. Here's the AI outfit I'm currently using, and I want to change this. So I need to take a photo. Oh God, she's gonna kill me. Okay, here's a picture. Ta-da! Okay, now it says put this over an area you want to select the watch to look like. Generate it, and here we go. If she's wearing this outfit, any of these faces could be put on the watch to match. Maybe something like that. Okay. Let's reselect a different. Take it again. Okay. I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna bring over this one. Oh, this is sweet. Look at this. Take a picture. Boom. Okay, let's get a little bit of blue, a little bit of black, and let's generate a face on that. Oh, it doesn't have a whole lot of blue. There's one. Okay, but look, it all kind of matches. I'm going to reselect a different area, and let's make it mostly blue and generate that. Whoa. That's a whole different shade of blue. Okay, let's reselect it one more time on this one. Get up here and get a piece of the zipper. What's it going to do? So you can see how somebody could just have a ball playing with this, seeing what they come up with, matching. All right. See, add a watch face. Actually, we'll add it to the watch. But I want the animal skin face here. Reselect and take it again. Wow. Okay, that's a good area. Let's just generate that one. It's mostly black and white. There, we got something with a little bit of the same color in it. And the phone isn't, the camera is, I'm just going to add watch face. And it's changing this one now, it should be. And updating it. Oh yeah, it's going to take it a moment. It's doing it down here at the bottom. Skipping ahead a little bit, and where are we? Where are we? There we go. There we go. So now she's got this fun dress with totally matching watch face. I think that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I know some other watches do it, but yeah, it's fun to play with. Okay, let's actually look at the whole app. I think we've covered everything on the watch, including the watch faces that are in here. We have categories in the app of watch faces that we'll cover as well. Hey guys, before we get started, I got some exciting news. It's been a weekend now, and I'm back to finish this review. And in that time frame, apparently, these folks at OnePlus have updated the ambient apps. Remember, I told you there was one and only one, that digital one that you just saw there? Well, there's more, and I want to show them to you before we hit the app. We'll get there. Here we go. Display and brightness. Always on style. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. We have the echo motion, but we also now have this new thing called neon red. It's an analog, always on watch face. Give it a few seconds to time out. Hello. There we go. And there you are. Now, there's no orientation. There's no dot. There's the 13 at 3. If you remember that, then you'll know what time it is. But it's just analog hands on the watch. And of course, any face that you put on as the main face will be there. We can also switch this from neon red to this thing called pin loop. This is really different. Let's look at it. I know some of you guys are like, come on already, but it's so rare we have an always on watch to be able to see these faces. Look at that. You can barely make it out, but there's some subtle numbers around the screen. And again, little yellow hands. That's probably about the dimmest face you're going to find that you'll be able to put on if you want to have an always-on style and not eat up much of your battery. The last one is Fireworks. It's a digital one, similar to this, but then it goes into something with a little bit of a pattern around the edges. And there you go. Gives you the date, the time, and you see the little swirly lines all around the edges. Yeah. Okay. I love it. I love it. They are continuing to improve, and here is in the What's New from the Google Play Store for the OnePlus Health app, the update that they've recently done, some of the things they've changed, and the overall about this app and what it can do for you. Yeah. Nice. Okay, let's launch it with open, and I'm already in it, and we're already synced. I've got an option to set up a background activity, which I recommend you do if this is your only watch, so that it'll keep running in the background. It's different from every phone, so we won't cover that. But from here, and it is the night mode, so I get really bad reflections when I have... Oh, that's display brightness. It's an app you can put on your Android watches or your phone. I know a lot of you ask about that. It's not in the Google Play Store, but if you go to my resource guide at the very bottom of the show notes, you'll have the link there. You can download a copy of that one. It's really sweet. It allows you to adjust the brightness any way you want on any device you've got. So we start in on the workouts. It's going to show you your step count. Here's today. Workout time, your calories burned, and then activity sessions, a number of times you've been active in each hour for a total of 12 hours over this period so far, and then your miles and floors walked. It's pretty extensive. It's nice. It covers a lot of details. You've got your heart rate section. It's showing you this. When you take the watch off or do something funky with it, it'll sometimes give you an aberrant reading. And it logs that as your highest one. I wish they had a filter in there to kind of take that anomaly out. You need to have 2 or 3 successive beats within 10% of each other. That would be good, but they didn't. You can move around on this to different places, and you can scroll back to previous days. I didn't, like I said, it was off for the weekend, so here's when I was working with it before in the earlier video we just looked at. And, of course, you can look at a weekly version of your span of your heart rate, monthly and yearly as well, and you can change dates on there manually. You've also got sleep time. Here's last night's sleep. Okay, now remember, we looked at it on the watch, right? And we saw the sleep time around the edge, but not when we did the card. Oops, sorry, a little off the screen. We had to actually go into the sleep here and then scroll up. There you go. There's the breakdown of deep, light, and awake from midnight to 6. You can see 11 something or other. Anyway, yeah, that's this chart turned into a semicircle or a full circle, and that is really cool. Never seen that before. Here's your overall, I believe, heart rate. No, yeah, that scale there, I guess that is. You get a sleep score assessment. You get a breath analysis. That's awesome for those of you with sleep apnea, and it's using SpO2, blood oxygen, for that. Your sleep stages, things you should monitor: insufficient, normal, fell asleep late, woke up too early, according to them, for what I've set, I guess, for my desired sleep. Here's one I had before. Here's this last night. And again, you can do weekly, monthly, daily, yearly, all of that stuff. It's really a robust app when it comes to your step count and your heart rate and your sleep. And now blood oxygen is here, and it's showing you, unfortunately, not really against the timeline, but I think it's more looking for, like a lot of these watches do, looking for your nighttime overall total value. It's showing I was between 91 and 100, so I probably had some sleep apnea sessions in there. And I can go back and look at the previous one here. And this was a segment when I had the watch off, so it's not reading thin air. Here, I gave me a normal and 2 different readings. Oh, these were manual readings. You can take your blood oxygen manually, or you can rely on the nighttime synopsis of it for giving you your information. And then stress. This is taken automatically the way I have it set up. Now, I haven't done much for today, but back here in the previous one, we had this kind of a distribution, the range, the average, and what the levels of stress mean. It's low 80% of the time and normal 20% for me. So I guess I'm a kind of cool guy. Of course, that's when I'm reviewing watches. I get all excited with you guys. And workout records, if you have any. I got a little walking record here. There's GPS that goes along with it. Heart rate, the zones that you were in. I don't know what those numbers are. Interesting. Minutes, I guess. Seconds, maybe total I don't know. Elevation, it's even tracking, because remember, it's got that barometer feature in it as well. So if you're going to be doing some activities, you're going to collect yourself a lot of data on this one. And that's all on the tab for health. Fitness takes you to a tab where you can do a run or a walk locally with the phone and the GPS in the phone. And then here's the health area where we've got the watch faces, synchronizing. You can have the sedentary reminder. But again, this is just a simple reminder every hour as opposed to a scientific one like we've seen in some of the other ones. The Fitbit, the video I just did on Fitbit and weight loss for sedentary inclined people. If you haven't watched that one, it's great. This is just your standard repeating timer on an hourly basis. App protection tips. The device settings are in here. Your music controller. And again, this controls the music playback on your phone or not. You can turn it off. And here's how you would add music to your watch. You'd go in here. There's the song. You have to connect it up to your device and then transfer the songs over. And you've got 4 gigabytes in here. You can have playlists as well. And again, as I mentioned before, in order to hear the music, you have to tether your earbuds to your watch because it's not going to play through the speaker. Oh, by the way, speaking of the speaker, I did do a phone call with it. It works great. I mean, it is loud. It's almost as loud as speaker mode on a phone, which is really rare. I found myself able to walk around the house swinging my arms by my side, doing things, and not even thinking about hearing Mrs. Tix on the other end. We were in good conversation, and I was able to continue doing things. which normally I just set the phone down and try to stay within hearing range of the phone. So I really do like the audio on this. Speakers right there, and for a phone call it's great. I wish it would play music through the watch, but it doesn't. But it's not a great speaker for music. It's tuned for voice. Okay, where are we? Well, contacts, you can bring in your contacts for your phone. Weather, you can set Fahrenheit, centigrade. It's got a Spotify advanced features. Not sure what those are, but you have to sign into Spotify on your phone, I guess, and you can connect and link it and do all your Spotify stuff. Will it play through the watch? I don't know. My guess is it'll have to play through the headphones, but I haven't tried that because I'm not set up with that. Sync navigation info. You can sync the info on your watch to Google Maps on your phone. That's cool. Set your step goal, calorie goal, automatically pausing in your exercises if you want to cut out the dead space there or the quiet space. Heart rate monitoring, stress monitoring, high stress alerts, all of this stuff is here. And again, auto workout detection for all the 100 and some odd activities they've got. Check your updates, and you can unpair your watch from here. Now, the last thing is to go into the watch faces and show you the layout of how you can add additional faces to your watch. We have all kinds of them. This is my watch. There's 13 of the 14 possible that you can put in here. And you can remove some of these. There's that custom one. You just touch and it changes colors. Here's the AI one we just did. And these are the other ones. I've installed this one. Here's one you can do your own picture, your photo album on. All of that's here. For photos, you go here. You can have two different styles like this or like that, and you customize it with your own photos. Won't go into detail, but pretty basic. And then all shows you all of the different faces that are available. So I'm going to scroll through these, and I want to remind you, because I forgot already, once again, this watch does not pair with an app on iOS, on Apple. So if you have an iPhone, it's not going to show up at all. You just don't buy this watch. It doesn't yet work with iPhone. It is a work in progress. Call these dynamic faces. Never Settle is their OnePlus logo. Then you've got minimalist. All of these are in here. That's the one I've added. You see it shows when it's added here. And some other fun ones. Joy. A couple of other things about the watch. Even though it has Bluetooth connection to your phone, and you can do phone calling, and you can play music, and all of that stuff, it doesn't support the Assistant. I haven't found that yet. They need to update the firmware so that you can do your Google trigger word, or you can, well, I was going to say Siri, but it doesn't even work with iPhone. Honestly, this watch is still a work in progress. They released it too early in my estimation, but it should be updatable through firmware updates or in the next version. If you got an iPhone, skip it, okay? But if you've got an Android, it's a decent watch with a lot of capability. Okay, I like these. These are really detailed, these classic type of faces. And we have that one in there. I can take that one off and put a different one. It came with that as a stock face. So one of the nice features is you're not stuck with stock. You can take the stock faces off and replace them with others, and up to 14 total. Okay, that's the watch faces here. All three tabs, and that is the app. And this is the watch, and the band, as you saw, is a funky little slip-in thing. Now look, I'm at about level 4. It can't go a whole lot larger for a big arm, but it can sure go a whole lot tighter for a small arm. So the size is reasonable for male or female, from a relatively medium-sized wrist. A little larger, a little smaller should be okay for you. Again, you press that to get into your activity, or into all of your apps. And you press that to get into whatever you set it for, compass or stress, or in this case, workouts. And long press on the top button, he says. No, long press on the bottom button. There you go. We'll get you to shut down or reboot, whichever one you'd like on there. All right, how do you get it? And there's some important things to tell you. We get it from Banggood, and this is the one they sent me. It's simply called Original OnePlus Watch. It does not yet, and I hope they update this, say it's China only, because this one is in Chinese with English those two languages, which is why I thought I could review it, but it will not pair outside of China to the Tethering app. It doesn't use the OnePlus Health app. It uses a different one. So if you're in China, this works great. And speaking of in China, at the end, I got some special announcement for you guys. Please watch that one. It's fun. This is a flash deal price right now. You can get this one and you can flash it to the firmware for the global version, or, and I really recommend it, for $10 more. And when this is on sale, and if I get a coupon, definitely I'll have it for you. You can get this one probably about the same price or lower. You get the global version. The show notes has the link to both of them. Click on the global version link to get over there to check it out. And this one will come with the firmware that I've already installed, so you don't have to deal with that. But if you're in China, guys, this is the first announcement on this channel, are now also in China on the equivalent of YouTube called Xigua, which stands for watermelon. We're on watermelon video, everybody, and this is actually a screenshot of the page. It looks sort of like YouTube, and it's got some of my videos already there. I've got a negotiated agreement with them with privileges to load up my videos. They're doing about 4 to 6 a month. And this is the actual name of the channel for those of you who can read Chinese. And what I'm asking you guys, my loyal subscribers here that have helped me get the views on this channel that I needed to get them interested to post it in China. This is how you can get to this site anywhere in the world. Yeah, it's a Chinese YouTube, but put in bit.ly/smartwatch China, SWT all lowercase. Give it a try now. This is the front door in here. I really appreciate if you give a like on 1 or 2 of the videos. That will help build some momentum over there and get us going even more. Your help has been in the past and really continues to be phenomenal. So I really appreciate it. Just a little action to go to that link, click on a couple of these, and then roam around. Look at what the YouTube in China looks like. A lot of them, like mine, have subtitles. They're subtitling him in English and Chinese. The vocal is me in English. So think about this. Here I am, a guy in English, right, reviewing Chinese watches for a global audience, which is now going to be rebroadcast in China, subtitled for the Chinese market to listen to learn about the watches that they're producing in their own country. What a global loop we've got going on. But if it works, it works. We're on a 6-month experiment. So helping us out right now, using that link and subscribing if you can to the channel, and definitely giving a thumbs up would be very, very appreciated. So again, Banggood, 2 different options. The original OnePlus is Chinese only. The global version is the one you want if you're outside of China. You won't have NFC and some of the other features because they're restricted to China, but you will be able to use the different languages, and most importantly, tether to the app that you just saw has all the great data capabilities in it. And you're going to need it because you can't even get past the QR code to look at the time. That's about this watch. All right, everybody. Thank you again for watching. Appreciate you here, your thumbs up, your subscriptions, and now your visit to Xinhua. Xinhua? What's it called? I still haven't learned it. Yeah. Xigua. Watermelon video. We'll see you again soon.